Turn up, turn up, turn up. Now hear this.
In a world where nothing is certain,
Alright.
only music can help you to find the right way. The way you should follow today.
Yeah.
This way will take you to the best genres of music from around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome
DJ Double G.
Yes, indeed. Yes, today is a Saturday, which means it's another edition of the Down the Middle Show this evening, this morning, this afternoon, depending on your time. Of course, my name is DJ Double G in the building. Let's just say I don't go by that name on a Saturday, right? Of course, I go by my first name. Hi, my name is Gavin. Yes, indeed. Any other day, I'm Double G. Speaking of Double G, I have the man at the moment in studio with us. Of course, Mr. Jazzy Daniels.
Good evening, my brother.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
I don't know, as you can hear. It's just
Okay. Well, I think there has a lot of things that have been going down in the world of cricket, and I think a lot of action, a lot of surprises. Cricket.
Of course, let me officially apologize for the past couple of weeks. Of course, things has to be done, right? Other business outside of this to be done. So.
Well, yes. Other business have to be done. That's what it is. What can we see and do?
So,
do it.
What do you have this evening or this afternoon?
All right. So I want to touch down in the world of cricket. We'll start with the ODI series between the West Indies and the English, which have just concluded. The 2020 is beginning today, so we might run through that. We have some controversy which took place in that ODI, and also I want to touch on between Aaron Jones and his controversy in the US, and I want to wrap it up by West Indies have made how do I say a broken ground because we have added women to being regularly paid contracts. So, with that said, I think we can dive right into it.
Yes, indeed.
All right, so let's start with the ODI series, which have just concluded. So there were 3 ODIs between the West Indies and the English. So let me start with ODI 1.
Where is this series being played?
The series is being played. Let me just pull up the information. It's being played in the Caribbean. Right. The first ODI was played at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium. England in the English batted first. They were bowled out for 209 in 45.1 overs, and Rain had its hand in this whole thing.
Mr.
So it was reduced. Yeah, Duckwood Lewis. Yes, Duckwood Lewis. And when you look at when in the Caribbean, Duckwood Lewis is always playing a factor, especially when you're in the Caribbean.
Don't forget that he's a Caribbean. He's a man from the Caribbean, Mr. Wade Lewis. Okay, just saying.
Yeah, I know. So it was the target that they had to get was 157, and West Indies got 157 for the loss of 2 wickets in 25.5 overs out of 35. The persons who made the most runs in that encounter, Evan Lewis made 94 from 69 balls, and Brandon Keane made a quick fire 30, and Mr. Carty he made 19 from 20. Yes, and guess this. In Mr. Archer from the Caribbean, who plays for the English, who is a Barbadian born, in his 5 overs, he had 2 millions, 21 runs at an economic rate of 4.2.
Jofra Archer.
Yes.
Jofra Archer, a man who plays for England. Birth in the Caribbean.
Yes.
But this is not the first.
No, it's
I've
not.
seen this because I think it was in the World Cup, you had at least 3 Bajans playing in the World Cup, and none of them played for the West Indies.
Yes, I guess it's a Bajan thing.
But if you go way back in time, this cricketer who's now a commentator, Roland Butcher, he's a Bajan by birth, but he played for England.
I just finished said looks like it's a Bajan thing.
I guess so.
Mr. Turner and Livingstone, they were the persons who took the wickets.
Okay.
Yeah, and when in the English,
I guess in this case, Jofra Archer should be playing for the West Indies then, huh?
Well,
Because even though he took whatever amount of wickets with maidens, he still got slapped. Courtesy of Duckworth Lewis. A win is a win.
Yeah. And Moti, when the English were bowling, he took 4 wickets for in his 10 overs for 41, and then Joseph, Seals, and Ford, they took 2 wickets apiece.
Okay then.
Yeah, they took 2 wickets apiece. So let's go into the second ODI. Let me just go back a bit. Second ODI. Okay, this one was played at the Vivian Richard Stadium. West Indies, England won the toss. No, I lied. But West Indies batted first. I'm not sure who won the toss. Okay, so West Indies batted first. They made 328 for 6.
Hold on.
Inside of their 50 overs.
Hold on. West Indies making over 300 in a one-day match against England.
Yeah, 328 for 6 inside of their 50 overs. But
are you sure you're seeing what you're seeing?
I'm seeing correctly, my friend. Don't worry.
You're talking about the West Indies, sir. If you had said Australia or India or Pakistan or even Afghanistan, I would believe you.
Well, they bowl out the English for 200 and something in the first ODI. So why is it impossible for them to make 320?
This is West Indies you're talking about. We all know exactly how West Indies performs, sir. They win today, they lose tomorrow.
I know. That's a guarantee. But you are surprised. Like, this is impossible for the West Indies.
Yes, indeed.
Okay then, I don't know what's impossible about that one, but but anyways. But I can tell you, that still wasn't enough for them, because the English in reply made 329 for 5 inside 47.3 balls.
Due to some poor bowling, I guess.
More than likely.
Still didn't. I thought you were gonna tell me that West Indies swept England 3-0.
Nah. They didn't sweep English 3-0. Mr. Carty made 71 from 77. Mr. Hope. Yeah, Casey Carty made 71. Mr. Hope, he made 117 from 127 balls.
Shea Hope.
Yeah, Shea Hope. Mr. Rutherford made 54 from 46. These are the significant run scores to give us a 320 hits. Actually, these are the significant run scores. Turner took 2. Rashid took 2. Mr. Archer took 1 wicket.
You're referring here to Mr. Adel Rashid.
Yeah, Adel Rashid. Yeah. And Mr. Livingstone, he took 1 as well. And then in the English, we are looking at 59 from Mr. Salt. Yes. Mr. Bethel, he had 55. Mr. Livingstone made 124. and Quran made 52.
Sam Quran.
These are the major run scorers. Mr. Ford took 3 wickets in his 8.3 overs, and Chase and Joseph, they took 1 apiece. Yeah. That was a match that I thought when I saw that the West Indies would have gotten it comfortably, but they were not able to hold the English at bay.
How is it that you bowl me out for 200, but you can't bowl me out for over 300?
Well, that's the game of cricket, I guess, eh?
Game of glorious uncertainty, eh?
Yeah, uncertainty it is. Now let's get down to the third and final ODI. The English batted first. They made 263 for 8 inside 50 overs. And the West Indies, in reply, you want to take a guess? The amount of wickets that fall?
About 7.
267 for 2.
What?
Inside 40.
Oh, wait.
260.
So the first time they won a match, it was 2 wickets down, and the second time it's 2 wickets down again? Okay then.
Yeah. 267 for 2 inside 43 overs. Again, inside 43 overs. And there were two centurions in this chase.
Could Chase be one of them?
No, it's the man Brandon King.
Could Hope repeat again?
No, it wasn't Hope. It was Carty.
Okay then.
He made 128 from 114 balls. And Brandon King made 102 from 117.
Wow.
So we had two centurions.
So overall we had 3 centurions from this series. From the one-day series. Hope, Carter, and Brandon King. Okay then. Okay.
Yeah. So that's how this unfolded.
So the West Indies won 2-1. They won this series.
They won it 2-1. They should have had a
They should have had a clean sweep. Trust me, with that over 300, they should.
Yeah, they should have. They should have had a clean sweep. Yeah. Overton and Trophy, they had 1 wicket apiece.
Yes, the English had other ideas.
Yeah, the English had other ideas in that. And as I mentioned, I never said this before. And the third one was played at the Kensington Oval, Barbados.
Okay.
That's where they put one-day international. And as I mentioned, that we are having the first of 5 2020s, and the first one will be played in Barbados.
Do you have time in terms of the matches?
It's going to start at 4 p.m. So it's going to finish it's going to start just when we finish.
Oh, Lord. I wonder if I can sneak something. Courtesy of the boss himself. Who comes in after me?
Yeah. So we shall see. We shall see.
Well, I'm not, well, firstly, we'd have to find out. I need to check that match out for sure. Trust me. I need to check that match out for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's so the first one is today, the second one is tomorrow. So we have some stuff to look forward to for next week.
And listeners, I can tell you this straight off the bat that come next week, we have a very special guest in studio with us. I won't tell you exactly who it is, but stay tuned for that.
And yes, we do have a very special guest next week. So stay tuned for that. Now I was about to say that West is actually going to be playing a match on my birthday, but okay, moving right along.
Say
Okay,
it.
wait.
Wait. Having what, the third match on your birthday?
Yeah, the third match is on my birthday.
Okay, then. Well, let's hope the West Indies can give you a birthday present, sir.
Well, I hope so. And then after that is the 16th and the 17th.
Okay, so today's what? Okay.
Today, tomorrow, 14th, 16th, and 17th.
Okay then.
So that's how it's going to unfold.
Well, let's see if the West Indies can pull what they pulled off in the ODIs. I doubt it anyways, but you're talking because of course you're talking about the West Indies here, and England will want to come back strong in this set. So let's see.
Yeah, well, let's see how they perform.
So West Indies, it's their I guess they're, I don't know, in tennis terms 2-1, and let's see how much the West Indies will take from the second set.
Okay, but with that said, we had a little bit of controversy in that one day international. As we were talking before we got on air, that Azari Joseph walked off the field after some controversy, and Darren Sami, in one of the links that I saw on the web, that Darren Sami believed that was very much unprofessional in terms of how he handled the matter, and I guess that leads to his being suspended for the next 2 matches. So
I guess he did this in the first T20. I mean, the first one day.
Well, I'm not sure which one it was. I think it was the last. That was the last ODI.
Which means he won't be present for the first and second T20s then.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. So it is said that the West Indies Cricket WICB has imposed a 2-match suspension on the fast bowler Azari Joseph following an on-field incident during the third one-day international at the Kensington Oval, Barbados. As part of CWI ongoing commitment to upholding the highest level of professionalism and integrity in the game, the incident which involved the conduct of falling short of CWI standards of professionalism was reviewed in consultation with the senior men's coaching staff, and I guess that would have been people like Darren Sami and so forth. Miles Bascom, if I pronounce that, the CWI director of cricket, addressed this decision, stating Azari's behavior did not align with the core values that Cricket West Indies upholds such conduct cannot be overlooked, and we have taken the decision action to ensure the gravity of the situation is fully acknowledged. Yeah.
Well,
So
well.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure the full incident which led up to it, but
Like I was telling you off here that I was speaking to our guest for next week, and he was actually saying that he has additional information that could help us to understand what the why the reason he actually decided to leave the pitch. So
okay, I
I
guess
guess
we have
when
we
that
have to
person
see.
comes in, then we will get additional information as it regards to that. But it is unfortunate for Alzari Joseph, I can tell you that for sure. And if we remember times ago when, some years ago, when a complete team, being Dwayne Bravo, Sunil Narayan, and
Yeah,
others actually walked off an Indian tour.
yeah.
We know exactly how India cherishes cricket, so it is strange enough that India still plays against the West Indies after that. Well, it is strange because I mean, if I'm playing a game with you, even if, of course, there are times when we were kids and something decided to go off on the pitch while we were playing as the kids. The game is technically done. I wouldn't want to play with you again. You wouldn't want to play with me again. It depends on who did what. So
Well, I guess the English may not that India may not have too much say in that because it is not them who's necessarily schedule all the matches and so forth. So imagine you are at a World Cup, my friend, and then you are scheduled to play against India. India will say, well, we're not playing. Okay, then you're not going to make it to the World Cup. You're not going to.
well, firstly, as much as I am high ranked in terms of making it to the World Cup, I'm not coming to the World Cup. Why aren't you coming to the World? Because I do not want to play against the West Indies. But what if the West Indies? What if the West Indies and you are not in the same team? At some point in time, we're going to have to face them. What if the West Indies fall? What if the West Indies drops out in the first round? Well, all the better, but I'm not coming.
Now you will be more challenged than the West Indies then.
Exactly. Or to make things worse, going to the World Cup is one, but decided, well, I'm not coming out of the changing room because I don't want to play against the West Indies. Andrew Mason and the whole team sitting, and we're about to get the game on with West Indies versus India, and 2, 3, 4 hours. Oh, India is not showing up.
No, forget about 2, 3, 4 hours out. Imagine they came out, they had the toss, bam. West Indies is going to bat first. Okay, boom. All right. Get ready for an exciting match. What's that? India's not coming out.
Well, the batsmen for the West Indies are out, but no Indians. That would be a disaster.
All right.
But that, in all seriousness, that is unprofessional of Alzari Joseph. I mean, if things are not going your way, or you don't agree to certain things, and you want to make your voice heard,
Your point.
or your point be heard, that's not a way to get things done. I mean, Why not wait until you get into the dressing room, then you can tell me how I'm black and white and pink and purple?
Exactly.
Instead of walking off in the middle of a match, that's not. I don't know. This is. I don't know.
Well, yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't look. It doesn't look good on you. No.
It doesn't look.
It does.
It doesn't look good. Because of course, I was actually saying to somebody a couple of days ago that now that Alzari Joseph walked off, Sunil Narayan walked off, Dwayne Bravo walked off, Kyron Pollard walked off. It is no longer Alzari Joseph or Kyron Pollard or Dwayne Bravo, or it is the West Indies. The West Indies
Who
have
likes
a
to walk off?
tendency to walk off pitches, even when it was one person who did. The West Indies have a tendency to walk off pitches in the middle of games. Do not play with them.
Or should I say, do not get them vexed, because if you get them vexed, they will walk off.
Exactly. Don't. They're not like Vivian Richards or Sir Garfield Sobers who, whenever you figuratively spit at them, they use their bats to answer your questions or to. It is not like Sir Viv Richards or Sir Garfield Sobers who. You are ugly. You are black. Okay, bowl me a ball. 6 runs. These boys have a tendency to walk.
Yeah, they don't stand up and fight. They get up and walk.
That is unprofessional of Alzari Joseph, I can tell you that.
Yeah, and I think in this format, the game, there should be a higher level of professionalism in all.
That's exactly what you make it bread and butter. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
like you, I don't know.
Yeah, and now you got suspended of 2 matches, so which more than likely you're not going to be the
You're not
first
gonna
two
pay
tests.
for that.
Exactly.
You have nobody to blame but yourself.
Exactly. All right. As I would say, let us dive deeper.
Deeper. Let's do this. Indeed, you're locked in and loaded inside of Down the Middle, and like we said at the top of the show, there is no football roundup for you this evening. Our panelists had prior engagements, so hopefully next week, if everything goes well, they will be able to give you your football roundup. Of course, we haven't had a roundup in a while, so there's lots to talk about from next week as it regards to Down the Middle. Well, controversies. But of course, we need a breather, don't you think? Yes, indeed. So, without further ado, let's do this.
Turn up! Call security!
More hits, more music, more
Zollywood Radio.
hits. Hey, listen, this is new hit music non-stop. Every day, every night, non-stop.
Zollywood Radio.
This is
Zollywood Radio.
Hits.
No. Whoa. All right. So, let's go back a bit. Um, there is an article which I saw. As you know, that Aaron Jones was part of the Kings. He played the CPL, and he was one of the persons who brought the trophy to the land of the Kings in this year's CPL 2024. Now, in playing CPL, in playing for the Kings, he has landed himself in some hot waters, if you want to call it that, because the headline of the article which I'm going to read, just don't, just give me a second. Oh, come on. Okay, it says Aaron Jones punished by the USA Cricket, excludes from squad after choosing CPL over international cricket. So that's the headline. So in a nutshell, there was a international match which the United States played, and instead of Aaron Jones being part of that match, he came home to the Caribbean. He lovely cricket in the Kings, and now he has been excluded from the squad for the upcoming matches.
Did it say?
So
Did it say how many match bans does he have?
I read the article. It doesn't say how much match bans he has. But the article goes like this. USA Cricket has decided to take a big step in keeping Aaron Jones out of their 50-member squad for the World Cup League 2 WCL 2 tradition, which includes Nepal and Scotland in September. That's just passed. Aaron Jones missed the previous World Cup League series in Namibia to honor his contract with the St. Lucia Kings in the CPL, and has not gone well with the selectors. Aaron Jones qualified to play as a local player in the CPL and did not require NOC from the United States. However, he was selected for T20 International Series after the CPL, but his performance was not up to the mark. The United States has also done well in recent times. They won the all 4 matches in Namibia during the World Cup League 2, and that has also played a role in the US going without Aaron Jones in this series. Aaron Jones has been a pillar of the United States batting lineup, as we know too well in the World Cup, where the United States managed to reach where they have not been before. I think they reached into the Super 8s as coming out of the group stages. So that's the article in a nutshell. I brought up this article primarily, I think, in previous discussions we mentioned, how West Indies, players will go and play for the IPL, and some of them not even play one match. They will sit down on the bench and they will get a full salary, because at the end of the day it's a contract, and the contract says, okay, if I come and be a part of your team, I will get X amount. So
whether I play or not, I still get my
I'm,
payment. So
I'm,
I guess in this case, Jones was thinking, well, if I sit on bench, because any player would actually do this. Not saying whatever he did was right or wrong, but I'm saying if you are picked for the St. Lucia's squad,
working or for any team for that matter of fact.
I'm saying you are from St. Lucia, picked for St. Lucia to play an international match. You getting picked in that 15 or 23 man squad does not guarantee you a spot in the final 11, does it?
Yeah. No.
Now, if you play in that final 11, win, lose or draw, you make your cash, right?
Right.
You going to, let's say, Barbados to play in that 23 man squad, you have never ever played a game in that series. Will you get paid for it?
My answer might well be no.
Okay, let's say no, you don't, because of course you didn't touch the pitch. Versus me saying, come on, let's play for Barbados. Whatever the team name is. Let's play for let's go down to India and play some Indian Premier League. Let's go down to Pakistan and play some Super League. And I say to you, you will get $1 million US in this contract. But let's say, for example, I pick, let's say, an L Dog. In all the series, in all the games he plays, you don't. Doesn't L Dog get his full quota of cash? Because he played, and not because he played, but because he's a part of the squad.
Yeah, he's a contracted player. And the reason why I said
and here's the thing: Jazzy Smith, who we played 20 matches, but he has sat on the bench, and in all 20 matches, will still get his $1 million. Which one of these contracts will he pick up?
Obviously, the PLs, the Premier League.
Exactly. Because guess what?
No. Forget about even being played or not being played. The matter of fact, if I play for
because you signed up, the contracts make a difference, or makes a difference. Playing for my country does not guarantee me a full salary. Versus,
well, let's say even if you were to get a full salary, the point of the matter is that what I will get from the Premier League will be far more than whatever I get for my country.
Far more better than what you would be paying me if I was playing for my country. That's the point. But the thing is, like I said, and I will continue to say it, the thing is, I'm not saying that Aaron Jones is wrong, and I'm not saying he's right to choose the contract he chose. I'm saying if I was in that position, this would be the contract and then suffer the consequence. I don't care. In this case, Aaron Jones decided, I don't care whether you want to ban me for two matches, 3 matches for a whole year. I don't care, because at the end of the day, I made my $1 million in 2 seconds.
But let's look at it from another point of view, right? Which I think the United States, a developing country, is probably, especially as a developing country in terms of cricket, missing the whole point. Look at West Indies cricket team and all the stars that have graced the team. Where they made their name, they didn't make their name playing for West Indies. They made their name playing for IPL, the Big Bash, the Super League, and they got and they got they were able to play against, because when you play for West Indies, you're only interacting with West Indies players. But if you play the IPL, then you're a team with an Indian, an Australian, a New Zealander, and so forth. And in that period of time, there is no one us versus them. There is an all on ball. So I get skills, I get training, I get certain things, in terms of experience that I may not get
Playing for the West
from
Indies.
playing for the West
And
Indies.
here's the thing. Let's say, for example, Aaron Jones of course, he played for the Caribbean Premier League. Yes? So,
Yes.
what if the West Indies, the West Indies should face the US team tomorrow morning? He would already know exactly how the West Indians play because he played with them in the same team and against them in opposite teams. He
Exactly
should know
that.
point blank, okay, well, Jazzy Smith played this way because of course I knew him because he played in my team. So once I face him tomorrow morning in the opposition, I know exactly how to get him out, or I know exactly how to hit him across the park.
Yeah.
If you constantly played with if you constantly playing with your brothers, your sisters, if you should meet someone else down the road, you won't be able to play them because you've never played those before. You cannot use the same tactics you play with your brothers and sisters against a total stranger.
Which you have no idea. So, in that point of view, I think the US is missing the point, because I think yes, Aaron Jones is a valuable player to the United States. And to be honest with you, I think Aaron Jones is going to be back in the squad sooner rather than later. Right? Because
Who knows? Probably he's already back in the squad.
right? But my points, the US should look at it from a point of view. First and foremost, look at the United States squad. Most of those people, yes, they might be born in the United States, but their family ain't born in the United States.
Case in point.
Let's start there.
Case in point. There were, like I said, there were at least 2 or 4 Belgian players that played for different teams across the world in terms of the World Cup.
Yeah. I'm
All
not sure
of
of Aaron.
these,
I'm not sure of Aaron Jones' nationality, but if you ban the guy, or you want to punish the guy, or he could easily, if he has a different nationality vis-a-vis his parents, he could say, okay, well, United States, to hell with you.
Okay, here's the thing. Case in point. Let's say Aaron Jones' dad is, for heaven's sake, an Australian. Because you did what you did, don't you think he would want to switch allegiance and go down to Australia to play for Australia this time around?
That's a possibility.
A king is never ever crowned in his own town, sir.
Exactly.
And you actually mentioned something about getting the breaks and where they got their breaks from. We've seen where cricketers from the West Indies, for example, his name not coming to my head now, but he did not play for the West Indies to get his big break. Where did the West Indies draft him from? From playing in the IPL. And of course, he is a West Indian by birth. But we did not see this talent until he decided to go down to India and play for India in the IPL. Then we're going to draft him. Oh, he's a top baller. He's a top cricketer. He's a this. We're going to draft him.
I will say this. Without IPL or all those PLs, the West Indies team that we know and love when it comes to T20 would not be the team that we have.
Exactly.
The only reason why that the West Indies team is quote unquote, I would use that in parentheses, one of the most feared team is because those people have played the Premier Leagues around the world.
Why do you think, for example, that a Brandon King can strike a delivery as far as he can, or play his shots against an English, for example, an English team, because he played against the English in Premier Leagues around the world? He's not gonna wake up one day and, oh, I'm gonna try blasting Jazzy Smith out of the park. I've never played against him before. And even if you played against him 20 times before, he will come with something totally different.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I just think this conversation will never ever end. It will never ever end.
But it's for me is that I'm just like you said, I'm not saying he's right, he's wrong. I'm not saying what he should and what he shouldn't do. Right? All I'm just going to say is this: at the end of the day, we should have a balance in terms of because you see how football is right now. When you look at football, when you hear football matches, do you hear countries playing against its countries more often, or you hear the Premier Leagues playing more often? When I say simple, Premier Leagues.
Because
When
Premier League is the order of the day.
Premier League is the order of the day. When you hardly hear a United States versus a Japan, you hardly hear a South Africa versus a New Zealand, because it is not it's first and foremost, at the end of the day, if they only play these things more like just a friendly, if and that's probably just
And that's the least of the least of the game. But if you're talking about an English Premier League or the La Liga or the Bundesliga, a South African might be in the same team with an Australian, he might be in the same team with an English, he might be in the same team with a South African, he might be in the same team with an Indian, he might be in the same team with a Pakistani, because at the end of the day, as much as countries go against each other in terms of wars and whatever they go, they decide, well, look, if the games are gonna make us be together, then we will do it. Playing for my country against yours is not going to work, so here's the thing. I'm not gonna play against you, I'm gonna play with you. Because if I play against you, it is going to be problematic. If I play with you, we have a level playing field.
Exactly.
Because here's the thing. If you and I are, let's say for example, Jamaica and St. Lucia are enemy countries. And if you and I are playing against each other, and let's say you gave me a bad tackle, for example, or you trip me on the pitch, I might want to slap you in your face.
No. Yeah.
You would want to slap me in the face as well. But let's say, okay, we're playing for the English Premier League. You and I are on the same team. If you accidentally kick a ball and your studs actually catch me in the eyes or whatever, I'm gonna be like, okay, it's an accident. Of course, we're on the same team. Try that with me on the opposition team, and I will kill you.
Yeah.
So Aaron Jones technically is saying, back to the point, listen, as much as I love my country and as much as I want to play for my country, something bigger is on the horizon and I will take it with two hands.
Exactly.
Again,
And
I'm not saying he's wrong and I'm not saying he's right.
yeah, but you know, I don't think, because there is another thing is that I think the West Indies, Australians, English, and so forth, I don't see people being harshly slapped for playing the Premier Leagues around the world.
Nope. Nope.
Because I think they have understood to some extent, that okay, this is becoming the order of the day,
Exactly.
right? And there is some benefit to people playing in other Premier Leagues, because look, guys, already if I how many West Indies players make it on the West Indies team, whether ODI, Test, 2020? Not much.
You probably can count on your hands.
Not much.
Versus who got their big breaks in the Premier Leagues around the world. You cannot count. Alzari Joseph, for example, did not get his big break on the West Indies. He got his big break in the Caribbean Premier League.
Look! I was looking at another, and I'm going to mention his name. Remember, I told you there was a solution on the Kings, and I didn't know if they cricket until I saw him playing with the Kings. And it's a solution.
Exactly.
Mr. Descartes.
He's never ever played for the West Indies, and case in point, now he had played for the West Indies. Now he got his big break in the Caribbean. Have we drafted him in any of the squads? No.
No.
And Mr. Darren Sammy, I will slap you today, sir. As much as I respect you for what you're doing, if you say you want to make a change and you want to develop the team, a man who played for you 3 or 4 months ago should be at least on the bench for the West Indies in terms of the squad. Case in point, remember I said to you that when the series against Australia was playing before the World Cup, and we had Alzari Joseph, and of course that's where what's his name, Joseph, young Joseph got his break down in Australia. Have we seen this man again play for the West Indies? No.
That's what me to mind. That's what I was going. How many people make it to West Indies team? There is a 15-man squad. Okay, we play against 2 or 3 countries for the year. Probably 3 one-days, 5 test matches, or somewhere around that time. But if there are 50 members who make it, if there are 30 people who make it on the West Indies team in a given year, there are probably 100 West Indian cricket players, just being conservative, but that were not going to make it to the cricket, the team one day 2020 test match in that given year, without a doubt. But they play cricket. So what do you want them to do?
Shamar Joseph got his big break in Australia at the top of the year. Right?
Right.
Has Shamar Joseph played in the Caribbean Premier League? No! Has he played in this English series? No! How many series have we played since we've played Australia? 2 maybe? 3 maybe? Where is Shamar Joseph? A man who almost got his darn toes broken and still managed to take 13 or 14 wickets in that series, winning the series for West Indies. Where is he now?
Yeah.
He could have been still in his police uniform. He could have decided, well, I'm going to go back to being an officer. But no, he decided to play for his country.
Yeah, but just something. I think Aaron Jones may have some Barbadian connection, eh?
Exactly my point. So who knows? Who knows? He might be just Darren Sammy needs. See, like I said, I give him credit. I'm somebody who gives credit where credit is due. But if you don't deserve it, I'm not going to give it to you. And in this case, Mr. Sammy, you don't deserve my credit for multiple reasons. Shamar Joseph should at least be in my 15-man squad, even if you don't place him in the final 11. Give the man some exposure. And then what? You see, I don't know if you remember this Jamaican Xavier Marshall. How many matches have Xavier Marshall played for the West Indies? If he played 10 matches, he had played a lot.
Yeah. The thing is this, I understand.
And where is Xavier Marshall playing? The last time I checked, he was playing in the US Premier League.
But that's what I'm saying. You know, at the end of the day, there is only a 15-man squad. I know everybody can be on the 15-man squad, although we want everybody to be on the 15-man squad. So, for those who do not make it, they have to find other means to keep their craft alive. And that's the way you do that, apart from playing probably against West Indies, Barbados versus St. Lucia with those little under 19 under this. But when they have grown up, what do you expect they're going to be? They're going to play for the CPL, the US, IPL, the Big Bash, wherever they get called. Right? So guys, you know, at the US, yeah, I know you guys have your policy, but if you guys want the game to develop and to compete, you know, consistently against the bigger teams, you have to at least let some of your players grow their wings.
You know what I'm thinking? Here's the point. Let's say, for example, Jazzy Smith goes to play against whoever in the Indian Premier League. He comes back and plays for the West Indies. Jazzy, who played for the in the Indian Premier League two weeks ago, has points in terms of, okay, coach, I played against a Virat Kohli, for example. I know exactly what his strengths are. I know exactly what his weaknesses are. Here are they. As much as you're a coach, you don't know everything.
Yeah. The last time Chama played, he played in the one international against England. The last time he played was November 2nd, 2024 against England. So he played. He was part of the match. That's the ODI.
I don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah, he was. He was
just
part of
remember
that.
that Alzarri Joseph, I'm not sure exactly how old is he right now, but at some point in time he's losing his shape. Where is young Shamar Joseph to pick that up?
I just finished telling you he played in the ODI that against England.
Just the concluding one?
Yeah, the concluding one, yeah.
Oh?
He was in there. Yeah, he played. The last one is November 2nd, 2024.
Well. Okay then.
Not too sure he'll be in the 2020, but he was in the one day. But yeah, the thing is this: I understand there's a lot of people that we believe that should be there, and by right they should. But I know not everybody is going to be there, and like the bigger teams, they have allowed their players to extend their wings. The United States do the same. Let your players extend their wings.
Well,
that's all I will do. Punishing people for choosing to play CPL is not going to do you well in the long term.
Well,
that's what I will say. But let's take a break, and from there, let's we'll get into a little bit of history for the West Indies cricket. A little bit of history.
Okay then. Of course, you're still locked in and loaded inside of the Down the Middle show. Yes, indeed. And of course, those who are just joining us, welcome. Please share the word. And not only about Down the Middle, but every other show that takes place. For example, the Soothing Transition, of course, the Upper Deck, of course, go on every, we're on every platforms, of course, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere you go, and of course, Meta. If you go on your WhatsApp and type in Zollyhood Radio or Zollyhood Universe on Meta, you will find every single information you need about Zollyhood. Of course, where the magic happens. Indeed.
Don't show up, don't come out, don't start caring about me now.
This is Zollyhood Radio, where the magic happens.
Remember, coming up 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. JA time, we have a brand new show for you with a brand new host. You know what I mean? Yeah. Without further ado, let's get back into the show.
Alrighty. So, as I mentioned, there is some groundbreaking developments in terms of West Indies cricket. And when I saw the article, I don't know where to be surprised. I do not know whether to see it as groundbreaking. I didn't know where to put it as because I thought that's something that probably already happened. If you get my point. And I read you the article title so you can get where I'm coming from. Right? So West Indies cricket awards historic annual contracts to 14 female West Indies players. That's the title.
Hold on. You didn't say male players, did you?
No, female.
Woman. WOMANFEMAL. Female.
Yes, my friend. You don't have to spell it up, my friend.
I'm just making sure I did not hear MALE or MAN.
Because I thought by now, West Indies would have, apart from the male competitors, they would have already been female West Indies players who are being paid annually by West Indies cricket.
Not. And case in point, that's why a lot of them go and play for the Premier Leagues around the world.
So, with that said, I'm going to cover I'm going to go do an in-depth because I think I have both. In that article, I have both the male and the female who are currently being in contract with the West Indies. So I think it would be a nice time to see who are contracted players versus who are not contracted players. So let's start with the women. Let me just scroll down. Okay. Okay, so let's start with the females as I mentioned. We'll start with Barbados. We have Shanika Bruce and Alisa Sanbury.
Okay, then
Those are the two.
these names.
These are the two from Barbados who are in contract in Guyana. We have Shanika Rimon. We have Athena Millington and Mandy Mangro.
So we have what? 3 from.
Yes, three. Three from Guyana. In Jamaica, we have Selena Wiles. WHYTE.
Mm-hmm.
Wise. I'm not even understand. So yeah, but Jamaica has only one.
Oh.
Yeah. And Trinidad and
Who would that be?
Tobago. That's Selena Wiles. White. WHYT.
Okay.
In the Trinidad and Tobago, we have Shalini Samaru. We have KD Jazz Michelle. Okay then.
Say that again.
And KD Jazz Michelle.
Okay then.
And Renice Boyce. So that's 1, 2, 3 from Trinidad and Tobago. Now we go to the Leeward Islands. We have Melissa Clark, Kimberly Anthony. So that's 2. And from the Windward Islands, we have Anisha Fontaine, Abinini Senja, and Nerissa Crafton. And now, and that Crafton, I'm sure she's a St. Lucia.
I wonder why. Are there only Craftons from St. Lucia?
No, the Craftons that I've heard, I know they're from St. Lucians, and I know Alan Crafton, Ken Crafton, who are the grounds actual coach. They are responsible for maintaining the grounds at the Possession Stadium, the Darren Sassy.
Okay.
Yeah, they maintain the grounds, and I know they are cricketers. So they play domestic cricket. So yeah. So these are the 14 female contracted players. We start from 2024 to 2025.
And I will hasten to say I have no idea who these 14 players are. Not one of them.
You know, you are not alone, my friend. You are not alone. And that's for two reasons. We the people have not seen too much matches against the West Indies females on TV or at our grounds. Haven't seen too many.
But here's the thing: even if matches are playing, let's say, for example, in St. Lucia or Jamaica, there's no media coverage.
Well, that's what I'm
there's
talking
no
about.
media coverage. There's no West Indies. As much as the West Indies has their YouTube channel, you don't see that. You don't see top stations in St. Lucia, Guyana, wherever carrying these matches. You don't see TV stations, radio stations, not even the Gleaners speak about these people.
Yeah.
So how
So
will we know about these players if they're not highlighted? But yet still you hear, oh, St. Lucia played St. Lucia played Barbados yesterday and St. Lucia won. Huh?
let me bring you home. You know there is a female version to the CPL, right?
Yes.
How much coverage has been given to it?
Not one.
Here we go again. So you see how problem? See how problem? You see? In our own backyard, we do not have the coverage of the West Indies females playing CPL. Nobody is taking a fuss about it. And even though it's three teams that are playing currently, but come on, guys, make some. Anyways,
Because like I said, and I will constantly say it, and I said it in previous shows and previous places where I worked before, I said, and I will continue to say this, that the respect we give to a man's sport versus a female is not here. Which means, as much as the West Indies male team win, lose, or draw, we cuss them and we praise them and we do all different kind of stuff with them. If the West Indies female team lose tomorrow, we feel like nothing. And if the female team wins tomorrow, it's like, okay, just another day. Case in point. How many times have you seen Barbados playing against Jamaica, Trinidad playing against Jamaica, England coming down, South Africa coming down, Australia coming to play netball games? Yes, there are netball games playing in the courts. Are we carrying coverages? Are we talking about them? Are we promoting the teams? No. But
no.
have a Muhammad Ali or a Mike Tyson come down to St. Lucia and fight against a dog. The whole world will hear about it.
Correct is right, my brother. Correct. You know, it's just and then we understand why people are not playing sports. Okay, why should they play sports? You don't cover them. You don't acknowledge them.
And then what?
You
They
know.
tell me, oh, because you don't no sponsorship. How can you sponsor somebody who I don't know about?
Who I'm not even not knowing about. I'm not seeing on my TV.
Exactly.
I want to sponsor them because I want to see them on the TV. So when people see them, people can say, "But I am the one sponsoring so and so." But if the person is not from the fucking how is going to happen?
No idea.
Anyways, but so these are the 14 females so far that have been awarded contracts.
I can bet you this is being recorded, and I can tell you this. I bet you this is the only 14 you will hear about. And that was compulsory when you found that clip or that article. That was, well, not compulsory. That was what you would call that. I guess mistake finding that article. Scrolling for something
I
else
don't
and
know.
found that.
I don't know because even on mainstream media, to me, and I know I don't listen to mainstream media, but to me there is no talk around the town. Even in that West Indies landmark contract announcement.
Nothing. That's the point. Not one thing.
The only thing, I guess, my friend, we still have to wait another 50 years before black cricketers can be awarded by the West Indies contract.
Listen, another 50 years from now, I'll be 82, sir. Yes, people, I just gave my age. I'm 32. In another 50 years from now, I'll be 82, sipping on nothing but relaxing in my rocking chair and having my cup of coffee and biting my
No,
biscuits with my gums.
the reason why I say that I'm putting it out on the record. But West Indies cricket, okay, you should have announced that for the women a long time ago. But how long, as blind people who play cricket, how long do we have to get for us to get recognition from an international cricket body in our region? How long?
I don't know.
How long should we do it?
I can tell you this: if it hasn't started, not even after Judgment Day, it will happen. That is to tell you, because if anything was supposed to happen, it would have happened a long time ago. But like I said, how can we put things in place if we don't know about them?
Yeah. But let's before I forget, let me read to you the 90 males that are currently being contracted by West Indies cricket. I'm sure you would like to hear them.
What?
90.
No, I don't.
Why is that?
If you had said 9, because the time is not allowing you to do 90 names.
Don't worry, my friend. I will speed it up, my friend.
Okay then. Good. Which means I won't stop you.
We have half an hour.
Okay. Good. All right.
All right. So let's go with Barbados. We have Kadim Allen. We have Shaquille Cumberbatch, Dominic Shakes or Jix.
Dominic Drakes has finally picked up his contract for the West Indies.
Yeah, Dominic Drakes. Uh-huh.
This dude has been playing for the past 4 years for the Caribbean Premier League.
Okay, and I'm not too sure that's his brother or whatever it is. Jonathan Drakes.
Not sure.
Matthew Ford.
Matthew Ford?
Matthew Ford, yes.
You mean the Matthew Ford that played against the English a couple of days ago?
I guess not. I know that one, my friend. Another Matthew Ford. Shame Alexis Holder.
What's his first name?
Chaim.
Shame Holder?
Yeah, Shame Alexis Holder.
What a name for a first name. Continue, please.
And there is another Holder, not too sure if they are related, but is Shamar Holder.
Shamar Holder has been playing domestic cricket for Barbados in terms of the 50 overs and the 4-day championships for some time now. So,
yeah. Akim Jordan, Jaya McAllister, Zachary McCaskey.
These are Bajans?
Yes.
Continue, please.
Shane Mosley.
Mosley, okay.
Raymond Reaper.
Stick a pin. If nobody knows who Raymond Reefer is, Raymond Reefer actually is the nephew of the great Floyd Reefer, who actually was a part of the staff team for the Caribbean Premier League for one of those teams. He actually coached Raymond Reefer years ago during the Najikor Super 50 and 4-day championships years ago. He was actually the coach for the Bajan team some years ago. I'm not sure if he still is, but for those who don't know or who knows, Raymond Reefer is the nephew of the great Floyd Rivera, who played for the West Indies some years ago.
Yeah. And we have Kima Smith. We have Jomel Warrington.
Good.
Mm-hmm. And Kevin Wickham.
I thought you were gonna say Sinclair.
No, it's Wickham. So these are the players that has been from Barbados who
How
have
many
been
players have we
contracted.
seen there?
Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4,
About
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Okay.
Let's go to Guyana. We have Kevon Anderson,
I have no idea.
Romaldo Alimon,
Okay, continue.
Ali Mohammed. Okay, we have, I guess, one of the Chandapals. We have Tangerine Chandapal, I think that's his son.
That's correct.
Kevin Imek. I am Lech.
Continue.
We have Matthew Nandu. We have Asmel Ned. We have Raymond Perez. You have Versami Kamal.
Hold on. Versami Permal?
Yeah, Versami Kamal.
I thought this player had stopped playing for the West Indies in years.
Well, I guess he still played something.
A top spinner who played for the West Indies years ago. Okay then.
Versami Kamal Kimal Salsavri. What a name. After your name so long, after your first name so long, my friend, you have 4 names. Okay, Junior Sinclair,
Finally.
Kevin Sinclair,
Finally.
Niall Smith, Issa Prone, ISAI.
Have fun calling these names, sir. I'm happy I'm not the one.
Silvus, Handel, and Shakin Singh. These are wrapping up the Guyanese squad. Let's go to Jamaica. Your land of your book. Andrew Bailey.
I have no idea.
Rad Bruns.
No idea.
Jermaine Blackwood. Sure you know him then.
Okay then.
Carlos Brown. Gordon Bryan.
A man with 2 last names. Okay. Continue, please.
Jordan Campbell.
Another. Jordan Campbell?
Yeah. Jordan Johnson.
Okay then. Jordan Campbell, Jordan Johnson.
Yes. Abujal
Abijay
Mansingh.
Mansingh, who finally picks up his contract. And if anybody who knows Abijay Mansingh, they should know his father, Mr. Dr. Akshay Mansingh, who actually does commentaries for the Caribbean Premier League, and he's also the doctor on standby whenever things do happen. I'm not sure if you are aware of this man, Mr. Smith. You must have heard of Mr. Dr. Akshay Mansingh, who has been doing commentaries with top commentators
Yeah.
around the world.
Yeah, I've heard of the same, but I didn't know he was a doctor by
Yes,
profession.
sir. He's doctor by profession.
Yeah.
So his son
We-
finally got a contract with the West Indies. But if my memory serves me, right, he played in the Under-19 World Cup some years ago in 2016.
Yeah, I think he did.
So he finally picked up a senior contract. Okay then.
We have Kirk
Mackenzie.
Mackenzie.
Yes, indeed. He actually also started playing in the Najikor Super 50 and 4-day championships.
Yeah. We have Odin Orlando McCarthy.
I have no idea who you're talking about. I almost thought you said Odin Smith there for a second.
We have Marquino Mindy.
Marquino Mini, who has actually also started, well, he started his career playing the 4-day championships and Super 50.
Uh-huh. We have Romain Morris. We have Javier Royal.
Javier Royal, who played for the West Indies some years ago professionally in the Under-19 team in 2016, and he also played for the senior team some years ago as well.
Uh-huh. We have Pete Salmon and
Who actually also
OJ
does the, who actually also
and
did the
OJ
very,
Shields.
who was the last one?
OJ Shields.
OJ Shields. Well, not sure exactly who Shields is, but the previous player you just mentioned, he actually also
Yeah.
started his career playing domestic cricket for Jamaica. So everybody knows who this person is, who actually also played for the Caribbean Premier League some years ago.
Yeah. So now let's move into the Leeward Islands. We have Joel Andrew. We have Colin Achibara. We have Jail Clark. We have Rakim Cornwall.
Jimbo!
We have Daniel Doram.
You didn't know that's what his teammates call him, sir? Jimbo?
Nope.
Because of
Nope.
because of his body
I
build.
know he has the size.
That's exactly
If I-
why he got the name Jimbo.
If I was his team, I would just call him the heavy roller. Move it right along. The heavy roller. Yeah. It's fitting for cricket, isn't it? Okay. Karima Gore. We have Justin Greaves. We have Juma Millington, Mahamilton. We have Kofi James. We have Jerry Lewis. We have Michael Lewis. We have Cameron Penny Feather. Javier Spencer. O'Shane Thomas.
Hold on. O'Shane who?
Thomas.
Is not a Jamaican?
I don't think so, unless there are two O'Shane Thomas.
Okay then.
And Aiden Walsh. So these are the players for the Leeward Islands. Let's go into Trinidad and Tobago. We have Naveen Bedi. We have Yannick Karaya. We have Brian Charles. Not Brian is not with an I but a Y. Bryen.
Okay.
We have Cliffas Cooper. We have Sharon Gabriel. We have
Shannon
um,
Gabriel?
Shannon Gabriel. Yeah.
Okay then.
There's a name I just trying to figure out how in God's name do you pronounce this thing? JYD.
JYZ?
JYD.
JYD. Okay, continue please.
Gully. We have Terence Hines. I'm not too sure if he's related to the Hines.
What's his first name?
We have Terence Hines. Ama Django. Evan Lewis. Jason Mohammed. Korom Oti. Okil. People, if I pronounce it wrong, that should tell you something that I have no idea who they are. That's probably a good sign. Anderson Phillips. Kiri Pierre. Isaiah Raja. And Tion Webster. These are the persons that have been contracted from Trinidad and Tobago. Now, let's go into the Windward Islands. We have Sunil Ambrose. We have Daryl Cyrus. We have Kenneth Dember. We have Shadrach.
Meshach and Abednego.
That's the guy that I mentioned that was on the Kings.
What's his name?
Shadrach Descat. Yeah, Shadrach Descat. Jonil Eugene. Keon Gaston. Camille Hamilton. Ryan John. Noel Leo. Darius Martin. Imani Melius. Okay, this guy is there. Imani Melius.
You know him?
Yeah, that's right. I have heard of him. I know of him. Imani Melius. I think he's also a solution as well. Or one of the extra islands. Stephen Pascal. Jeremy Solo. What the crap?
That's not his name, sir.
Solo Zandu.
Solo what the crap?
Solo Zandu. And then Shama Springer and Gillon Tyson. All right. So these are the 90 people. And
you finally breezed through the names without. My boy, I couldn't.
Yeah. And that's one thing. It says the territorial board mandated by CWI to have a minimum of 2 U25 players in their pool of the 15 contracted players. So there are a few of them. I just mentioned who are under 25, but there are a couple in each of the in each of the teams. Yeah, so the only thing I cannot tell you is who are newly contracted, who have been in existing contracts before, but these are the 90. And if you realize, my brother, there are lots of people there that you think that should have been there, but are not there.
Okay. Such as?
Well, you did any Bravos or any of those people.
We know, sir, and we remember Dwayne Bravo, for example, has called his career quits. So why would he need a contract again?
Yeah. So
You
yeah.
don't expect Kyron Pollard to pick up any contract for the West Indies neither, similar, right?
So these are roughly new players.
Strange enough,
Some
I
of them
haven't heard Shafane Rutherford at any given point.
Well, he's not there. If I didn't mention it, he's not there.
No Brandon Kings.
No Brandon King. That's what I'm telling you. That's why I tell you, my friend, there are a few of them that you thought that would have been there, but in there.
No Brandon King. No Josephs. None of the two Josephs. Well.
So there are a total of 104 contracted players for Cricket West Indies, 90 being male, 14 being female. Now, again, that comes back to what we have been saying. So there are 90 contracted players for West Indies. In any given year, if 30 of them make it on the West Indies team and play, we are lucky.
Play is one, but for how long?
That's a whole other question. That's a whole other question. We just go to say what I have been saying before when it comes to the Aaron Jones situation. Man, don't punish people for playing. If Aaron Jones is not playing, that leaves us a spot open for somebody else to play, whilst he go and develop his skills, for the very least. So, yes, my brother. So, I guess we will see how many of those people in the coming series actually make it to international cricket.
Well, let's see.
They have a contract, so the reason why they have a contract is because West Indies cricket see them as people that they should give a contract to.
They make it to the
so will they make use of them? That's left to be developed. So yeah. So this is where I call it a day in terms of my roundup for everything cricket, everything sports.
I guess this is a cricketing day today.
It was a cricketing day, and we went deep. We got deep into a lot of things. I think, sometimes, as, young as Hollywood is, I think we are doing some things that even the sports, news or sports commentaries are not necessarily covering.
True.
How many people know of the contracted players that are currently contract with the West Indies. And if there's no that's on that contract are sporting female players, as we mentioned. You know. Anyways. But the only thing that we can do, my friend, is to do what we can. And hopefully, you know, there is some level of patriotism amongst Caribbean islands, which allows for sports to develop. And in the development, we give people their recognition, we give people their kudos, we give people their praise, right? Because that's the only way we are going to go sports in the Caribbean. No matter what sport it is, or what your disability or non-disability may be. Alright, this is me rounding up my sports commentary.
Right then.
Yeah.
Of course, indeed. Yes. Let's do one station ID and then come back and wrap this thing up for today.
The radio station that plays you nothing but the best music.
On Zollywood Radio.
The radio station that plays you nothing but the best music.
Zollywood Radio.
The best music on the best station.
On Zollywood Radio.
The best music on the best station.
Zollywood Radio, where the magic happens.
You're listening to one of the best internet radio stations around.
On Zollywood Radio, where the magic happens.
You're listening to one of the best internet radio stations around. You're listening to...
Zollywood Radio, where the magic happens.
The whole grand radio.
Yes, indeed.
With that said, it's time for us to go.
Yes, time for us to go before we overstay our welcome. This was down the middle. I think we went all the way down in the middle of the pitch and pick up that ball and smash it over the bowler's head for six.
Well, not only that, but the match is about to end, which means we did not walk off the pitch in the middle of the match.
That too. We had some level of professionalism.
So, we won't be banned for the next 2 matches.
Thanks be to God.
So, with that said,
and more importantly, we won the match.
Yes, indeed, we won the match. So, join us next week, same time, same place, with yours truly and Mr. Jazzy Smith. As I said before, if everything goes well, we have a special guest all the way from England joining us in studios next week. Saturday.
Oh, we have an English.
Yes, indeed. Well, I don't know exactly if to call him a jam Englishman.
Okay. Just before we get off the show, I will say that the West Indies chose to the English chose to bowl, so that the West Indies have been sent into bat.
Okay then.
That's the toss.
So English one, West Indies into bat first. Let's see what total they will pick up after 20 overs. Hopefully the West Indies play out their 20 overs and get a decent score for the English.
And nobody walks off.
And nobody walks off. As the thunder rolls in the background.
Yeah. So I have a question for him, but we'll leave that for Saturday's show.
What is that question, sir?
Our modern asked him what does he think about Mr. Archer? But moving right along
before the umpires decide to boot us instead of booting. So with that said,
well, the umpires have already taken down the bills already, so there is no cricket.
Bye, guys.
Martin, I'm telling you, but just love yourself. I mean, value yourself, think highly of yourself. You're very important. Hashtag, I'm a big deal.
VIP, me and my friend, them a VIP. VIP. Ask anybody, boy.
I'm a big deal. Me and my friend, them a big deal. Yeah, we're kinda important. For real. Oh yeah, I'm a big deal, and my friends are some big deals. Very, very, very important. For real. This has nothing to do with money or fame or vanity. This one is all about self-worth. So big up your chest and stand proud, and don't matter about nobody, no man no more than no man on this earth. So whether you walk or you a drive car, I tell if you're white or black like tar, me feel good in yourself, you're a star. Push up on the one and tell all the haters I'm a big deal. Me and my friend, I'm a big deal. I'm if you tell you, yeah, we're kinda important. Okay. For real. Oh yeah, I'm a big deal. Believe me, my friends are some big deals. Okay. Very, very, very important. For real.